My name is Nick Turk-Browne. I'm a professor and a scientist who studies the human mind and brain. Memory is a fundamental part of who we are as humans. It's the connective tissue that connects different parts of our lives together. It's how our past experience influences how we behave and how we think about the future. One of the reasons we know that memory is such a fundamental part of who we are is by studying people who've lost their memory in disease or as a result of damage to their brain. This is one of the topics that we study in my lab. We've worked with patients who have amnesia, that is, often the inability to store new memories or to draw upon past experiences. Patients with amnesia are remarkable humans in many ways, but are missing a core part of who they are. They have trouble thinking about the future. They might not recognize you after meeting you many times, and yet they still know a lot of information. They can still move through the world. They can still remember facts about the world. They can still behave appropriately. And so what research in individuals who have memory loss has taught us is that there are many different types of memory in the brain. When we have experiences, we don't just store it in terms of our ability to remember what happened, but also influences our motor movements, our emotions, and our decisions in a way that we can't always call to mind. And so by studying patients with memory loss, we've started to identify how different parts of the brain support different types of memory. And over the last several decades, there's been tremendous progress in using brain imaging and other technologies to understand how these parts of the brain work and how they work together. What my lab is working on right now is how that develops early in life. So although patients with memory loss are quite rare with complete amnesia, actually every human being on Earth has amnesia for a specific moment in their lives, from about birth to age 5. If you ask people, what's your earliest memory? They tend to give an answer around 5, 6, 7 years old. Why is it that we can't remember anything from when we were babies or toddlers? It's not that we don't have any memories from that period. In fact, infancy and early life is when we learn our language. It's when we learn how to walk. It's when we learn the names of objects and form social relationships. And so one of the deepest mysteries in neuroscience is what happens during that period where we learn so much and yet remember so little. This is one of the topics that we study in my lab, and memory more generally is a major theme of research at the Wu Tsai Institute at Yale University.